Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Abraham. Good morning. Okay. So we had to start with chapter 4 today. Biological processes 1.
Yeah.
Chapter 4 talks about 3 main biological processes that takes place in
Mom, I
cells.
have a question about science, ma'am.
Yes.
Before we start this chapter, ma'am, can you just show me, ma'am, what all diagrams will come in the chapter? Is because I'm not able to understand. It's because there are no actual diagrams that we like that I'm understanding.
Mommy, open the door.
In the third chapter,
Not third, ma'am. Second.
second.
Yeah, ma'am.
Sure. So in the second
Mummy,
chapter,
dosa.
in the second chapter,
Mummy, dosa.
Shriyan, can you mute yourself, please? Cell diagrams are important. Okay, plant and animal.
About the cell diagram, ma'am. Ma'am, you
Say again.
really have not taught us the animal cell, ma'am. Is because you never taught us what's the endoplasm, reticulum, ribosomes, googly body, You've only taught us cytoplasm, mitochondria, and I don't think you've taught us back here. And there's no nucleus in this. Until
Yes.
this is the nucleus.
Yes, that's right, Abraham. Because we have only the major parts here. Okay, we don't have it in so much detail. Okay, so you have to you should know the location of.
Like last year, we didn't do this is because we are just starting with the science test. But from that time onwards, you were sending us diagrams, and we would draw the diagrams from there. We would not draw it from the book.
Mm-hmm. So I will send this diagram also. Okay, that's not an issue.
And
Okay.
could you explain the cell, ma'am? It would be better for us to have extra knowledge about it. Like, what's a googly body, a ribosome, and an endoplasm reticulum?
Sure, Abraham. I will explain it. Let's first see if we have any other diagram first, and then we'll move on to parts of the cell. No, no other diagrams. Okay, just that was it.
Plants?
No plants. Okay.
Yeah,
If you want, you can. If you want, you can make, but not necessarily.
ma'am, what about paramecium and amoeba and
Amoeba.
bacteria?
Amoeba and paramecium diagrams, you can. Yes, amoeba and paramecium diagrams are there.
Ma'am, could you just explain those also, ma'am? It's because I'm not able to differ which one is amoeba and which one is paramecium.
The A1 is amoeba. This, 1 second. This one is amoeba. And this one is paramecium. Okay. Okay. Now we have the cell. Okay. We have the cell, and in the cell there are different parts. Okay. The main major components are the cell wall, cell membrane. Okay. The cytoplasm, there is a liquid inside it, and the nucleus, and the rest of them are known as cell organelles. Okay? The rest of them are known as cell organelles. So, shall I do both? Like, we'll do
Ma'am, you want to show a video?
video.
Or refer that for revision only afterwards. We are revising.
Okay. So, let's do that also. That way is also fine. We can have we can see a video and then we can do a revision. One second.
And ma'am, cells
Yes,
always so ma'am, inside a cell is made out of protein, and in that protein we have elements, right? And atoms, right, ma'am?
Not L.
Abraham, say again.
So a cell is made out of protein, right? And inside that protein we have elements. I'm not understanding what it's made of.
You're not understanding what is?
Ma'am, cells are made of elements, right?
Yes. They are made up of elements. Okay, and inside the elements there are atoms. Okay, that's right.
Ma'am, not everything is made out of protein, right? I know protein is made out of atoms, but the whole cell is not made out of protein, right? Or is it?
Cells are basically made up of atoms. Okay, or you can say molecules. Molecules are made up of atoms, and cells are made up of atoms. Okay. That's what you are asking. Okay. And cells are made up of proteins also. Okay. Like cells are made up of protein, and the protein is made up of atoms and comprises of molecules. Shriyan, can you hear me?
Plant cells. Trees, flowers, vegetables, or fruit are made up of plant cells. These are in charge of the growth cycle. More specifically, vegetables make their own food through photosynthesis. A plant cell is a eukaryotic cell. The nucleus is in charge of all cell functions. DNA is stored in the nucleus. DNA is made up by genes, which hold genetic information. When plants reproduce, the genetic material will pass on to the new plant. For this reason, new plants will have the same characteristics. The membrane is a layer that surrounds and protects the cell from the outside environment. The main function of the membrane is to allow food in and release waste substances. Membranes have rigid wall cells which hold up the plant. The cytoplasm is a fixed solution found inside the membrane. Organelles are located in the cytoplasm. Chloroplasts are the organelles which produce and store chemical components essential to the cell. For example, chlorophyll, which gives plants their green color, is stored in the chloroplasts. Chlorophyll also plays an important role in photosynthesis. A mitochondrion is the organelle in charge of producing the energy in the cell.
Do you want to keep on learning?
Understood how plant cell works?
Yes, ma'am, except for two things.
Except for two things. What?
It didn't talk about starch granules and goggly body. And
Okay.
endoplasm reticulum.
So,
Yes, ma'am. They didn't speak about Golgi body.
okay, we'll talk about Golgi body. Okay. Um,
Ma'am,
First we'll talk about, yes, Abraham.
could you show us for animal cell even?
Yes, sure. So for the starch granules,
They
for the
actually
starch,
didn't say a lot of it, ma'am. They haven't said ribosomes, endoplasm reticulum, Golgi body, vacuole.
okay, see, this is animal cell. Okay. This is animal cell, and right now what we saw was plant cell. The first one. Okay, so that is the difference. Okay. Plant cell, the first one we just saw. And these others they didn't say because it was animal cell. Right now, when we are going to see animal cell, that time we will see those. Okay. So now starch granules are, we can say, the basic structure units of starch, like the primary way plants store energy in the form of glucose. Okay. They are like granules of energy made up of glucose. Okay. Those are starch granules, like in the form in which the plant stored their energy. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Then we have
Ma'am, what are
the-
mitochondria?
what are mitochondria?
Yeah, they're the powerhouse, right?
Yes, that's called powerhouse of the cell. What happens is they are responsible for generating the energy. Okay, they break down nutrients to generate energy in the cell.
The
Okay.
mitochondria generate energy, gives some to the cell, and some goes to the starch granules to store it up.
Yes. Okay. Then any other part of the plant cell that's unclear?
No, ma'am, except for endoplasm reticulum.
Endoplasmic reticulum.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, endoplasmic reticulum is, we can say, a network of membranes within a cell that plays an important role in protein synthesis, okay, and a function known as lipid metabolism, okay, and the storage of calcium. Okay, so it is a network of membranes that extend from nuclear envelope throughout the cell, okay, the endoplasmic reticulum, and they help in the synthesis of protein. Okay, protein is synthesized, and lipids and carbohydrates metabolism also takes place. Okay, and storage of calcium in it also takes place. These are the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Understood? Okay. Shall we see a video on the animal cell now?
Yes, ma'am.
In cell biology, one distinguishes between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. One type of eukaryotic cell is the animal cell. There are a lot of essential compartments within the animal cell which fulfill diverse functions. But before we come to that, please subscribe to the channel. It is for free but helps a lot. With a monthly subscription, you can also become a member of this double layer, which is considered, but please use this form of support only if you have enough money to spend. The animal cell is surrounded by a plasma membrane. This structure is a phospholipid double layer, which is considered selectively permeable. Certain molecules can pass through and others cannot pass. The main function of the plasma membrane is to regulate nutrient and mineral transport. Inside the plasma membrane lies the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is filled with cytosol. This fluid contains nutrients and the structures referred to as organelles. Among these, the nucleus might be one of the most iconic cell compartments. The nucleus stores the majority of the genetic information in form of DNA. Within the nucleus, important processes take place: replication to duplicate DNA and transcription to generate RNA. There is another structure located inside the nucleus, the nucleolus. One among the functions is the production and assembly of the important ribosomes, which will be mentioned again in a minute. The membrane of the nucleus is connected to a membrane of another cell organelle. This is the so-called endoplasmic reticulum, abbreviated with ER. One distinguishes between the rough ER that has a granular structure because it is partly coated with little ribozymes, and there is a smooth ER. There are of course also free ribosomes in the cytoplasm. At the rough ER, protein synthesis, but also protein modification and preparation for their transport take place. At the smooth ER, proteins can be modified further. In addition, lipid synthesis occurs here as well. The newly synthesized or modified proteins need to be transported to their point of destination. This is one of many functions that is overtaken by the Golgi apparatus. Here, proteins are taken up from the rough ER. The proteins are sorted, packaged, and sent to their respective location. Further, modifications such as glycosylation take place at the Golgi. Animal cells also possess lysosomes. A lysosome is a spherical organelle enclosed by a membrane. Inside are digestive enzymes that break down unwanted parts of the cell or foreign molecules. A low pH is of great importance for the digestion. Mitochondria are among the most prominent organelles, as they are known as the power supply of the cell. These organelles provide the energy that is fuel for the cell's biochemical processes. ATP, the energy currency of the cell, is assembled here. Peroxisomes are organelles that can accumulate and degrade peroxides. Peroxides can be dangerous to other cell compartments. Hydrogen peroxide is an unavoidable byproduct of biochemical reactions. So peroxisomes kind of diffuse this danger. Eukaryotic cells also possess a cytoskeleton. In animal cells, the cytoskeleton can be subdivided into three categories: microtubules, actin filaments, and intermediate filaments. The cytoskeleton contributes to the cell's shape and to the organization and movement of the organelles inside. But the cytoskeleton does also take part in the cell's motility itself. A special organelle of the animal cell is the centrosome. The centrosome can be seen as the production site of microtubules. The centrosome supports the structure of the cell and fulfills essential organizational functions during cell division. This was a brief and simplified overview of a typical animal cell. If you are curious how a typical plant cell is structured, you may check out this video here. Please like the video if it was helpful to you, and don't forget to subscribe to the
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, do we have to, the other parts that he listed, do we have to learn that or not?
No, Abraham. You don't have to learn that.
The textbook, right?
No, you don't have to learn that. Okay?
So you won't ask the extra knowledge, ma'am?
I will not ask the extra knowledge. Okay? No particular question on any of the extra part. But animal cell and plant cell in general can be asked. So it's up to you if you want to mention the extra parts or not.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So we will stop here for today. Okay. Tomorrow we will start with biological processes 1. Okay, 5 minutes break for you all. And then after that we will start with the math class. Okay. Shall we start with math? Hope all of y'all are there. Please come back. Has Nagano joined?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He hasn't connected to. All right. Okay, to finish off the chapter, the first chapter in maths. To be finishing this. Only one topic is left in that. That is the divisibility rules. Okay. Divisibility rules. Okay. Now, what are divisibility rules? What's the meaning of divisibility rules? Anyone? Divisibility rules helps us to know if it is possible to divide a number by a particular number or not. Okay, it helps us to divide. Okay, it helps us to identify whether if a number is a multiple of a number or not. Okay, so in all those things, divisibility rules they help us. So we are going to see divisibility rules from 2 to 11. Okay. Firstly, we are going to see divisibility by 2. Okay. Divisibility by 2. So this is very simple. Okay. This is very simple. If a number is an even number, okay. If any number is an even number or if it has 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, in units place. Units place means suppose I have a number 284. So 4 is at the units place means the rightmost number. Okay. The first number from the right is the unit digit. So when we have unit digit as 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 means that the whole number is divisible by 2. Okay, means that the whole number is divisible by 2. So you can write it down. If in any number digit at the unit place unit place is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, then it is divisible by 2. Then the number divisible by 2. Okay. For example, 31240 has a 0 at the end means it's divisible by 2. Or 43572 has 2 at the end means it is also divisible by 2. So understood the divisibility rule by 2. Hello, where are you all? Am I audible? The next one is divisibility rule by 3. How do we check if a number is divisible by 3 or not? Okay. So now for this, first we need to add up all the digits of a number. If the sum is equal to the multiple of 3, okay, then it is divisible by 3. Okay. A number is divisible by 3 for which sum of the digits is divisible by 3. Sum of its digits is divisible by 3. What does it mean now? For example, I have a number 126. Okay, so I have to check if 126 is divisible by 3 or not. So what I will do is I will add up 1 plus 2 plus 6. 6 plus 2, 8 plus 1, 9. Okay, 9 is coming in the table of 3. So it is divisible. Okay, same way with a bigger number. For example, 1, 2, 6, 3, and 9. I don't know if it's divisible with 3 or not. So I will add up 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 plus 9. Okay, 9 plus 1, 10 plus 6, 16 plus 3, 19 plus 2, 21. Is 21 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. So that means 1, 2, 6, 3, 9 is also divisible by 3. Understood the divisibility rule for 3? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am, but we can't see your screen, ma'am.
You cannot see the screen?
No, ma'am, now we can see it. You had paused sharing.
Okay. Okay, so any doubt, Anna, Nathaniel?
Yes, ma'am. I didn't understand how to divide it by 2 or 3. So, could you just explain it again?
Ma'am, can I
Sure.
explain?
Abraham, you can explain by 2.
So basically, Nathaniel, 2 is pretty easy. Every even number except for 0 is divisible by 2. Meaning like from 2 starting, every number is divisible by 2. 2, like if it ends with a 0, it's divisible by 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, if the number ends with, it's completely divisible by 2. So
Okay,
basically,
so
look out for those numbers.
yes, that's right, Nathaniel. Just look out for even numbers. You know what are even numbers? Numbers that are ending with 2, 4, 6, and 8. 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Those are all even numbers. So whenever you have an even number, that will be always divisible by 2. Okay? Understood now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Divisibility by 3. This is also very simple, Nathaniel. We add all the digits in our number. Okay? Suppose our number is 33. Our number is 33. And I want to see if 33 is divisible by 3 or not. So I'll add both the digits 33. That 3 plus 3. What I'm getting? When I do 3 plus 3, 6. So 6 is divisible with 3. That means 33 will also be divisible with 3. Okay? You add all the digits of the number. If the sum is divisible by 3, then the number will also be divisible by 3. Okay? Now, did you get it?
Yes, ma'am. I understood. Thank you.
Okay. Please write down both of them.
Done, ma'am.
Done writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm still writing.
Still writing. Okay, writing. Writing.
You can continue, ma'am. I'm done writing.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we can continue.
Okay. Next, we will see the divisibility rule for 4. Now, what is divisibility rule for 4 says? It says that a number is divisible by 4 when a number formed by 10 and unit digit is divisible by 4. Okay? When a number formed by its tens and unit digit is divisible by 4. Okay? We'll see an example. Divisible by 4. how, see, let's take any number. Example 54764. Okay, this is the ones place, ones digit. This is the tens digit. Okay, so I will only focus on ones and okay. 64. Is 64 divisible by 4? Yes, 64 is divisible by 4. So that means the whole number will be divisible by 4. Okay. Same way, if I take another number, 876952, 876952, and only check the last two digits. Is 52 divisible? If 52 is divisible, then the whole number will be divisible by 4. Okay, understood the divisibility rule by 4? Nathaniel, is it clear? Anna?
Ma'am, I couldn't
Yes.
understand your handwriting in one of the sentences. It said
Okay.
4 if the number formed by its, and then after that I couldn't understand what.
Unit. 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 And tens.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Unit and tens digit. Then there is divisibility by 5, which is very simple. Okay. So a number is divisible by 5 if it ends with either 0 or 5. Okay. A number is divisible by 5 if it ends with
Ma'am, one more thing, ma'am.
yeah.
Ma'am, before
Yes.
going before we do it for divisibility by 4, ma'am. Ma'am, before we do to check whether it's divisible by 4, ma'am, shouldn't we check whether the number is even or not? Is because all the numbers in 4 times table are always going to be even.
Yes, Abraham, we have to check if they are even or not. Okay, they are going to be even only. Okay, and divisible by 4. The last two digits. Okay, now 5. Let's take any two numbers. For example, 3, 6, 8, 40. Ending with 0, so divisible with 5. Or 2, 9, 6, 85. Divisible with ending with 5, so divisible by 5. All the numbers that end in 0 or 5 are divisible with 5. Understood? Please write this.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Okay. Written?
Ma'am, I can't see you.
You cannot see it.
Ma'am, I can't
What
see you. I can see
you
the screen,
cannot
but I can't see you.
you can't see what my video.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, my video I have turned off, Abraham. Okay, my head was feeling slight heavy, so I've kept my video on off. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
yeah, that is just for today because my head feels slightly heavy today. So okay, anyways, have you all written, Nathaniel, Anna? Shall we move on to the next divisibility rule?
Yes, ma'am, you can continue.
Okay. Okay, next divisibility rule is the rule for 6. Okay, divisibility rule for 6.
Ma'am, is it if the number is divisible by 2 and 3, then it is
Yeah.
divisible by 6?
Yes, Abraham, that is correct. Okay, if the number if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3, 2 and 3, then it is divisible by 6. Okay, so for example, if I take 12, okay, and check its divisibility with 2 and 3 both. First with 2, it is divisible because it's even number. With 3, we will check by adding 1 plus 2, that is equals to 3. So divisible. Okay, so like this, with 2 and 3, you have to check the divisibility, okay, of the number. If it is divisible by both 2 and 3, only then it will be divisible with 6. Okay, so here it's divisible by both 2 and 3, so that means it will be divisible by 6. Okay, So shall we move on to the divisibility rule of 7?
Ma'am, just 2 minutes. I'm almost done with copying.
Okay, sure. Then writing.
Yes, ma'am.
Nathaniel, Anna.
Yes, ma'am, I'm done writing.
Okay. So let's check out the divisibility rule for 7. So see guys. Now 7 divisibility rule is not in your book, but still I'll teach you. Okay. Still I'll teach you. And this is easy. Okay, so look carefully. For the rule of 7, let's pick any number. Pick any number, for example, 2455. Example, 2455. Okay. So first step is remove the last digit. First step is we remove the last digit. So it becomes 245. 245. Okay. Then multiply the last digit by 2. I will keep writing also. Step 1 is remove the last digit. Remove the last digit. Okay. So it becomes 245. Step 2 is double the last digit. Double the last digit or multiply the last digit by 2. Okay, so it becomes 5 into 2. How much? 10. We have doubled it. Okay. Now subtract the double of last digit from the first step. Third step is subtract the double of last digit from the remaining number how? See, 245 minus 10 we will do. Okay, how much we will get? 235. Okay. So now we will check if this is a multiple of if 235 is a multiple of 7 or not. If it is divisible with 7, then means the 2455 whole is divisible by 7. Okay. So check divisibility.
I would rather divide it than do this long.
Yes, Abraham, that's right.
This, first of all, this is too many steps to remember. Second of all, it seems pretty difficult because then you still have to divide 235. So you have to do the divisibility again.
Actually, yes, divide the whole number. But actually, Abraham, see, 235 can also be checked. Okay. Remove 5 and it becomes 10. Okay. So I have removed 5 from 235. So we have 23. Okay. We double 5. So it becomes 10 minus 10. How much? 13. So we will check for 13. 13 is not divisible by 7 by 7 means that 2455 is not divisible by 7. Okay. So you keep doing the procedure until you have a number which you can easily identify is divisible with 7 or not. Sometimes you will straight away get it in this part only. Sometimes you have to do it again. Like for 235, I had to repeat the process. Then I got a much smaller number 7, and then with 7, much smaller number 13. So with 13, I could check that 13 is not divisible by 7. So 2, 4, 5, 5 is not divisible by 7. Understood the divisibility rule for 7, Nathaniel?
No, ma'am.
No.
My internet was bad, so it just cut off for a few seconds, so I was unable
Okay.
to hear half of the.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no problem. See, look again. First step is we had a number 2455. So we remove the last digit. Okay, what was the last digit? 5. Okay, 5 was the last digit. I removed 5. So I only had 245. Now, second step is you take the last digit that we removed and double it. Means multiply it with 2. So into 2, I got 10. Okay. Last digit I doubled it. 5 became 10. Now, that 10 that I got, I have to subtract it from the remaining digit, from the number that we had, remaining number we had in first step. From that, I have to subtract the double of the last digit, that is 10. So I did 245 minus 10. I got how much? 235. But still, I don't know if 235 is divisible by 7 or not. So I again repeated the process. Out of 235, I removed 5. So I had how much? 23. And I doubled 5, so 5 became 10. Now subtract 10 from 23, I will get 13. I will get 13. Now 13 I can check is not divisible by 7. That means 2455 is not divisible by 7. Understood?
Okay, yeah, I understood.
Okay.
Can
Ritu,
you give me
or
some time to copy down?
yes, Nathaniel, sure.
You can continue, ma'am.
Okay. So now we are left with the divisibility rules of 8, okay, of 9, 10, and 11. So 8, 9, 10, and 11, I'll cover with you all tomorrow. Okay. Right now we will stop here, and divisibility rules for 8, 9, 10, and 11 we will cover tomorrow. Okay. Okay, then see you all tomorrow. Have a
Okay,
good day.
ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Thank
no
you.
homework.
Thank you, ma'am.
Homework I'll post in the group.